Okay. Hey, everybody. It's me, Glenn, and I'm here for Grand Gamers Guild. And a few minutes ago, I just opened a package, and inside it was Pillars of Heracles. So this is a new game that we're going to be putting out with Grand Gamers Guild. It actually was designed by the same people who made a How, and it has cultural touches. It's a 4X game, and I really wanted to show it because of how awesome it looks. So I'm going to turn on the live feed here on our channel. Hopefully we can get it on the screen. Hopefully it'll pull it up and we'll be good to go here. It says we're live. Now this is the box top here. Now once you open this up, now I did open this just a few seconds ago, so bear with me. You are going to get this huge box of goodies. Okay. Now, not only is this a huge box, that I'm going to show you what's inside here. Comes with a really nice fitted rule book that's going to be in the box as well. I also have the Epic expansion pack, and I have the minis pack. So we're going to go through all of those and kind of see what the full robust experience is going to be like here for us. Okay. Let me scroll that down. Okay, put these over to the side. Okay, so for the Pillars of Hercules, first of all, the rule book, the text is nice and large in here, very colorful. The entire rule book goes to about 31 pages in here, 32 pages in all if you're looking at the credits on the back. What I liked was, as I was trying to learn the game, even just a few seconds ago, it was pretty detailed and clear in everything it was doing. So I was pretty excited about that. Then you're going to encounter the board. Now the board is beautiful. And I'm not sure if the camera's going to pick it up, but there is a kind of like teal quality to it that just makes it amazing on the table. There we go. It's going to flip on me. And there's the last one. Of course, we're going to have different player counts on this board here as we play. You can see one side here. Looks like we have tracks on both sides. We have tracks over here, and we'll look at the other side too. Oh man, that board looks awesome. Let me see if I can even zoom in just a hair, kind of show you what we're dealing with there. Now, on top of this, by the way, on the box, the other side has this beautiful art. This art is everywhere in the game. It's pretty amazing. I'm pretty stoked about it. Okay, we'll put that to the side. Now, I also have a player mat here. And it is so rich. And it feels so good. There's even like this nice 3D detailing here. I'm really excited about. Let's look at the other side too. Yeah. Man, that just looks awesome. We have like our little rondelle mechanic over here that's going to come across really, really nicely. Now, in the box itself, we have a lot of pieces. I will try to go through the rule book. I'll try to tell you what all of these are as I'm looking at them here. So first of all, we're going to have names of different cities going on. Then we're going to have our regular tokens, time tokens. These over here appear to be resource tiles and population tiles and city tiles. Okay. You're also going to have standees in the game. Now, the standard one comes with these standees, but there are the minis. These are really great color, and they're really thick cardboard. Okay. See if we can see what the standees look like. Now, over here, you can see the apparatus that holds the standees is really flexible, and I'm really happy about that because that means it's not going to damage the standee when you put it in. Okay, hopefully the camera will pick that up for us. Looks really good there. Okay, we're going to put that to the side. Another thing that it comes with is this historical prelude. And this gives you information about the game, historical notes on who the gods are. They did this with a how-to. It really makes it rich and inviting. I mean, I can't tell you how good this art is. I mean, it is triple A grade. And that kind of thing makes the experience so much more immersive. Wow, it's really great art, and I love all the notes here. The monuments of ancient Greece are more than stone and marble. They embody the civilization's intellectual, cultural, and spiritual strength. Key examples include the Acropolis in Athens, crowned by the Parthenon, which serves as a timeless symbol of artistic and architectural achievement. And then it just keeps on, going on, talks about the demigods, the titans, the gods themselves. Very nice. This is one of the expansions, the Trading Monopolies. Now, this is from another pack. Here is going to be a double thick player board where you can set your pieces inside for everybody. That's going to be really nice to help everyone there. Keep everything in place and keeps it nice and tidy. This is, again, 2 expansions. The expansion also includes a 5th player. And what it does is it creates things for you to do on the off turn. So while the active player is doing their thing, you can stay engaged with what you're doing. And that is really, really great for making the game always engaging. More player boards. Now, each one of these you might not notice, but they're all in the player colors. So we have blue, we have yellow, we have red, we have green. We have these guides here that tell you about the population rewards. Over here is going to be status checks. Now, they're very detailed. Okay, see if the camera can pick that up for you. A lot of detail on there. Make sure you have good lighting in your glasses with you. This is a 4X game, so there's a lot of details. Now, I have to admit, I haven't actually played Twilight Imperium, but I believe I've played Twilight Inscription, which is behind me on my wall. Okay, here the procure, deploy, build, settle, and ascend, and it gives you the breakdown. Okay, the solo mode, thank you. A lot of player aids in there. You will not be without information, that is for certain. Man, there's a lot of cardboard in here. There's a lot of tiles. Here you have more city tiles, more characters that you can pop out. More Pella, Spartans, it looks like. Okay, then you have here the actual larger cards that are going to be the gods and their figurines and things like that. So you have Cadmos, Pythia, Odysseus, Atalanta. Okay, they're all on here. Great art. For example, here for Atalanta, the swift huntress, prowess of the wild. Your hero can move 2 spaces for a cost of 1 movement. Now, this is a game that includes like area control and things like that as you're moving around, and I'll tell you more of those details. But those are going to be playing a part in there. Okay, let's move this out of the way. Now we're getting into the little insert here that holds all the pieces, and now we have little meeples for every individual player. And let's pull up a description really fast too as I read it here. So this game is going to involve area majority influence, area movement, deck building, rondel, variable player powers. And it is 1 to 4 players. The expansion is going to make it 5. It says 90 to 120 minutes, but I've heard that like when you're learning it, it's probably going to be closer to 3 hours on that first game, 14 over. Weight is 3.75 out of 5. Now these pieces are nice. I do like having wood. I like having meeples. I love some of the shapes I'm seeing in here. Let me see if I can find the good ones. This one in particular really strikes me. I love that one with its spear and its shield. That is great. You also are going to have your sailing boats to move around the water regions of the board. Looks like you have your Parthenon and your columns. Going to be using those as well. Okay. A lot of comments coming in. We'll move this over here too. Put this over here. Take a look at the cards really quickly, and then we'll dive a little deeper into the expansions. The card art is tremendous. Okay, so a big part of this, right, is going to be playing your cards here. Now the art on it is just simply like captivating. Athena here, okay? So you can see like the art in there. Athena, the goddess of wisdom. Progress one step on any track for free. Okay, so the card play is going to play a big role in this game. Hera, deploy a land unit in a space with one of your cities for free. Okay, now there's symbols throughout, like recycle. I'm gonna have to look up what some of these mean that I haven't looked at so far. Like I said, I just unboxed it. I haven't even gone through the rules yet. Poseidon, choose a player. You may move any or all of their ships once each. These ships cannot move until your next turn. Ooh, I'm liking that. Okay, Artemis. Hey, that's great because the Grand Gamers Guild has the Artemis project. Take up to 2 character cards from the procurement area into your hand for free. All right, so these are basically like all abilities. Good grief, that art. That art is fantastic. Wow, I love that. The meter. Also, the name I think of Dracula's boat. I think I still have to see that movie, by the way. Hermes, Aphrodite, Apollo, Hyperion. Okay, and it keeps going on. All right. Now you're gonna have a lot of cards like that. More cards like that. Minotaur, Hydra. Okay, this is pretty cool. The Griffin. All right, so these are kind of like the baddies. The Chimera, the Sphinx, Cyclops, Perseus. Oh, okay. This is where I have to really learn my words. Bellerophon, Icarus, uh, Dionysus. Okay, Gorgon, which I also think was a pinball game I used to play. Okay, and it goes on. Love it. Wow, there more cards. Now these look like these are movement. There's points on these that might be like action points or something. This says 2, this says 1. There's also symbols on the bottom, symbols on the corners, explorer, merchant cards, sailor cards, farmer cards, blacksmith cards. So there's a lot of merchant cards, a bunch of different things you're going to be doing in there. There's even more cards. I haven't even opened this deck yet. Let's see what's going on here. This game definitely has table presence. I'll tell you that. This is like something you build your game night around. The Olympic athlete. Select another player. Both of you select and reveal a card from your hand simultaneously. The player who revealed the card with a higher power, in case of a tie you, gains the topmost Olympian card. And again, there's multiple symbols on there. The artisan. Exile 2 character cards. Man, there's a lot of battle. There is confrontation in this game. Exile 2 character cards from your hand and or discard pile to progress on any one of the tracks for free. A lot of movement. Last one we'll look at here is the Priestess. Energize all your mythology cards for free. So that probably means, that energize makes me think there might be like some sort of tapping or something in there. Captain cards, midwife cards, goes on adventures, ruler, oracle, goldsmith, admirals. Okay, so I do love that there's a delineation between land provinces, and there's going to be an element of moving through the waters, which kind of reminds me of Concordia in a way, in the best way. That's one of my favorite games. The diplomat, the oil maker, the sage, the rhetor. I guess that's where rhetoric comes from. The architect, the general, the spy, the storyteller, the philosopher. There's a lot of things. The Ajax. There's a lot of things. Agamemnon. A lot of things to do here. It goes on and on. I love this card. The Great Pyramid of Giza with the shining top. This is looking raw. Looking very cool. Okay, more cards. These over here, these are prophecy cards. And these basically, move this over here, look like these are going to have like almost like goals you're trying to complete, because it looks like it has regions on there and city tiles. Some of them are marked like 3 on the bottom. They're marked 2 on the bottom. They're marked 1. So it looks like there's arrows that you're also dealing with on these cards. Okay. Shadow cast by fortified might. There's one city. The hoplites class glory seed. 2 of those hoplites. All right. 2 boats. Okay. Structures. Okay, so these are probably like, goals or something like that. Again, I have to read the rules, so don't quote me on that, but this is what we're looking at. More cards here. Standees. All right, let's get into the expansions really fast. So the first one we'll look at is the Epic Expansion Pack. Now, this already had the 5th player expansion and things for you to do. Some of that's over here, but let's see what I left inside here. Yeah, I took those out. Now, what you're going to see in here is this is going to have a bunch of minis for the 5th player. And this is going to be their color here. It even has cards just for them. It has cubes, and part of it is there's even like new tracks in there that you're going to be using. You're going to be doing this on the off turns. There's things you can accomplish that's going to keep you engaged. In fact, if you read the back of the box, it gives you a really good breakdown of what it looks like and what it's going to do here. It says the pillars of Heracles. Expand your domain. The Epic expansion introduces the 5th player expansion and the versatile Trading Monopolies expansion for Pillars of Heracles. Shape powerful trading routes, influence resource markets, and engage in strategic commerce at any player count. This expansion enhances deck building, which I love. I love that card play we saw earlier, and all the abilities you could do. Adds more depth, complexity, and variability, and ensures that players stay fully engaged even during the other player's turn. Love that. You can see that there's going to be card play here and things you're going to accomplish. So that's the expansion there. And probably the most wonderful of the whole thing is looking at the miniatures pack. Now, it's not too often that I bling out a game, but I'm going to have to say I think this might be a must-have for this. So go ahead, open it. So the first thing you're going to see here is you're going to have all the player pieces, and they're all encased, which is really nice. So once you get in here, you're going to have like these little cities. Now, it might be hard to pick up the detail. They're actually quite detailed on a small scale and 3D in there. Okay, you're going to have little cities. You're going to have these really fun-looking pillars in here. You're going to have these over here. These are, again, little cities, and you insert something into these. I'm going to have to look through the rules and see what that's going to be exactly. But those are nicely detailed, too. Those are very cool. Hopefully the camera can focus on that. We'll find out. Okay. And then there's more. Okay, now this is the thing that really makes me happy. So you get down here, now you have more figures. These are ridiculous. How detailed they are, how big they are, and how good they look. They look like they're made out of marble. Before we get there, I'll also show you that we have boats in here. Okay, your different colors. I love those details. That's really cool. And now take a look at this. This is amazing. Look at that. And it comes that way. So often when you get minis in a game, they're resin or epoxy or whatever, but they're so dull and lifeless. These have a lot of character, and they're already done up for you. So they're ready to go. They feel like they're right in the game. That is great. I love that. Look at this one. I love that shield. Almost looks like the side of a boat in some ways. It's very cool. Look at that. That is awesome. That is just awesome. Every angle you look at it, wonderful detail on there. That is great. This one here, oh man, you know what? I really hope the camera can pick that up. It's kind of like that dragon head hanging off. Now these little bottoms you put on are going to be to identify it as with your color. And it's going to tie into those cards we had earlier, those larger placards. That is fab. These are amazing. Look at that. I have such anticipation. I really want to play this game now. Okay, so between all of this, this is Pillars of Heracles. Heracles. Okay. Man, that is a looker. That is going to be a really memorable game. So, okay, so I'll be making more videos about my experience playing it and stuff like that. But that's our unboxing for now. I hope that's helpful. And until next time, friends, I hope you're well. Talk to you soon. If you have any questions, let me know. Take care.